My dad and Marcus Allen.
I'm a Raiders fan. Born in Oakland, I will always be loyal to the silver and black.
I'm a Raider because I came back to the Bay from LA with my team.
I'm an Oakland Raider fan because of my grandmother. Town business.
I'm a Raider fan. My grandmother raised me as a Raider fan. Tailgate, and people give you a beer. I mean, for real, like, because you're a Raider, and we got you. So it's just
that's how this is going.
Everything. I mean, I just remember, to me, what hooked me more than anything in the world was walking in and everyone just Raiders! Raiders! And that was it. Oh my God! What went through my body there?
Yep.
Woo! What is up, Raider Nation? Welcome to For Life, our Raider story. You know we are the Tailgate Raider YouTube. What's going on, everybody? We here for night 2 of Talk Trash. We started a little early this week. We started yesterday. You had to hear all what Thor and I had to say. So now, callers, it's your turn. What's up, Mighty Thor? What's up, Omar?
What's going up, y'all?
Feeling like a villain, man. I wish the Raiders were more villainous. You know, let's get back to it.
Yep. Let's get back to it. All right, you know what to do. If you're on Facebook, make sure to head over to YouTube, because if you're commenting on Facebook, we cannot see your comments. If you're over here on YouTube, make sure you light that torch by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share this video, of course. We're having a discussion on a drinking game today. We have yet to decide. Thor, you want to give them your idea? Oh, wait, no, that was yesterday. Sorry, that was yesterday's.
No, that was yesterday's. You didn't like my idea today, so
I just said I wasn't gonna say it because it's vulgar.
Well, then just fuck KC, fuck the Chiefs, fuck the Queefs, whatever you want to say. We're talking about that team. It's Chiefs week. It's Queefs week. How I pronounce their name properly, like when it's Donkey week, it's Donkey week. So, to me,
so basically, anytime we say anything derogatory towards the Chiefs, make sure you drink.
Anything bad.
Can we also
the Chiefs is great to me. Drink.
Right.
What's up, everybody over here in the chat? I see some. Oh, how do you say this one? I think this might be a new one. Hopefully, you're described. Do you guys know how to say this? The Gafla H.
Yeah, I don't know.
But we don't know what for anymore. That's why we're here to talk about it. That's why we're here to talk about it. I know Aphrodisiac. He's ready. Like he said, let's rock. He commented on our video from yesterday, and I wasn't sure if it was a copy and paste or if he's like a published author, because this post was about 6 paragraphs long.
Nice.
And I'm not even kidding. It was really long, but it had some really great stuff in there, and it was all relative, but we were talking about how whack-tastic that Allegiant Stadium is. So I'm sure we'll hear from him. He had some great points.
I'm like, he needs to call in tonight.
Oh, I hope he does. Raider at Vanessa, what's good, girl? Callie Gonzalez, Curtis. Johnny say Veronica, Raider Hefe, Raider Pac, Ant Dog, what's good? Yeah, you know, Omar, before we take a caller here, you know, you were commenting yesterday, but you weren't actually on. You had to listen to Thor and I rant for an hour. Would you like a turn?
We're pissed off, as we should be.
I mean, I was feeling you guys. I mean, like I posted, you know, cars like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Aside of that, I mean, I saw something that really just made me like, oh, come on, man. Like, the whole offense needs to be called to task, where the Patriots quarterback had 3 pass attempts. They ran for 222 yards, beat the Bills. I'm like, not only do we have problem number 1, I would say, is QB, but we also have problem 2. We're not running the ball. We're just not doing anything well. And it, in my opinion, it's the domino effect. I think one thing, I think if there's a few passes to Deshaun that we all saw that if was thrown, maybe could have thrown the momentum our way and got something going. So, I mean, at this point, there's just so much history that I'm trying to even ignore. I'm like, okay, I'm going to look at Sunday's game. I'm going to hope we're winning. I got to kind of erase what I know. But, like I think I've said it, and so many other people have said it too, that we declined in December big time. So not that I'm like I say, I'm upset, I'm angry, but I'm a little numb as well. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to start looking forward to the off season, going to that, to a conversation we were having behind the scenes just a minute ago about who should we get rid of. But I want to enjoy the game. And that's what got me frustrated a bit. I think that has me frustrated because I want to enjoy Sunday. So my question was, okay, how am I going to enjoy Sunday? I could go into my blissful, we're going to win, hella optimistic, as I'm going to do. You know what I mean? I'm going to get there at some point. It's just harder and harder every week now to get to my, all right, erasing everything I've absolutely thought about during the week and sit in front of the television on Sunday morning with my coffee and say, all right, we about to do this. I'm fired up. And
all right,
I'm
y'all.
rolling.
Afrojack, or I keep saying that. It's in my brain. Aphrodisiac, my man, my Oakland brother. You are getting to call in for the first time, or for the first call for sure. Everyone else is for sure getting declined. Look at this donation. Oh my goodness. Did you mean to hit 10 and there's an extra one in there? He says, appreciate your hard work. Drinks are on me. We appreciate you, my friend.
We can get the good bottle.
You can get the good bottle.
We getting 2 bottles of Wilson whiskey and we getting toe up.
There we go.
No, it really does help keep the show on the air, though, because the streaming services are free and things like that. So thank you for helping us, keep this going. Actually, we just had to re-up it yesterday. So what perfect timing.
I think because of Afro now I have a reason to be excited for the game Sunday.
Yeah, now we're excited. We're good. We good.
Now we what? Hell, win one.
We could each afford. We could each cast member can afford one round of drinks at Allegiant Stadium next time we go. Thanks to Aphrodisiac.
You ain't never lied. Like I said, we can get 2 bottles of Wilson whiskey and we can all have a lot of drinks in the parking lot. Hey.
That's about me some optimism. It's just about me a little optimism. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
Well, give us a call. Do me a favor. I don't know if he has the number saved, so I'm going to put the number up, but I'm going to put it up. Yep. Let him call in first, and then we'll take some other callers after. He has to save it on his mind. Not only because we appreciate the donation, but I mean, he really had some great things to say in the comment section, and I really want him to call in and share those thoughts.
He's a smart dude. He knows what he's talking about, man. For sure.
And I'm having a hard time hearing here.
Hey, I saw a comment a second ago about we're going to beat the Chiefs this week simply because that's how inconsistent we are. We'll shock the world and beat the Chiefs, but then we'll come out and look like bums the next week. It's just so up and down and random, and the consistency is just so not there.
Right? Beat the Chiefs, drop the next 2.
With horrible performances. Not even like it was a battle. We just come out just completely flat. Like, really?
Yeah. I know. I saw Jacob.
All right, here we go, y'all. Here we go. We're gonna get him. He's calling. Let me just answer this here. What's good, my friend?
All right. How's everybody doing?
We are great. And thank you so much for your kind donation. We appreciate you.
Oh, no. Hey, you guys are doing the work. You guys are picking up the baton and running with it. So it's our job to make sure that y'all are lifted up and encouraged, as the pastor said. Just because we can't walk over into the promised land, we got to help you get there. So that's our job.
Oh, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Tell me everything if you can remember what you commented, because it was I read every single word of it, and I was brilliant.
Well, sometimes when you're just typing and you just can't just can't stop, But bottom line is, it's just pitiful. I mean, the Raiders are not a good team. I mean, I think we all can agree with that. I mean, 6-6, you're not a good team. You're a mediocre team, and you're losing to teams with losing records. And yeah, you may have that one, great game against the Cowboys, but when you look at it, that Cowboy game, that was one win out of the last, 5 games, and they've lost their last 3 home games by an average margin of 30-14. That's not a good team, but it's hard to understand why. It's hard to understand after all the hype, and John Gruden, he learned so much being the Monday Night Football analyst. He took something from Andy Reid and something from Bill Belichick through the years, and he came up with this great offensive plan, and he's going to go and turn the Raiders around. And, now we got a new defensive coordinator, and it turns out that, the Steelers are the only team that did not score 20 points against the Raiders. The only team. Every other team average 27 points in beating the Raiders or 24 points in losing to the Raiders. I mean, these are facts. What is wrong with this team? What is wrong with the coaching? What is going on? And do you have the answer? I honestly don't know.
I certainly don't know. They
Too much to choose from.
certainly don't know.
Too much to choose from.
Yeah, and there's not one answer, right? It's a lot of things. I think, that's a good point, though. I think, some of the players don't have the heart. Some of the players aren't focused. The coaching isn't great. It's a broken system. They look confused. I mean, I think the list goes on and on. There's not one real solution to this. That's why we were saying yesterday, fire everybody and start over.
Okay, and then that gets into, well, you know what? They are in this brand new stadium, and, can you really afford to be in a rebuilding mode when clearly, you're kind of struggling to convince the local fan base, to participate. Now you want to go and do a Dennis Allen rebuilding that's going to take 2 or 3 years. I mean, you may not get folks back at all, so it's just exasperating. And I'll be the first one to admit, I DVR'd the game Sunday. I had a chance to go check out Sheila E.'s brother, Juan Escobedo, played live in concert and have some barbecue and some wine up there. And, I kept the radio off, so I didn't know, who won the game, whatever. I turned on the DVR 8 o'clock at night, Sunday night. But that's how I spent my Sunday during the day. And you know what? The way that game looked out, I think I made a pretty decent choice. I don't feel any regret at all not having to, watch that game live. But that's where this team is now. And I'll just say this in closing, that something just really has to change. And this just can't go on. So either Derek Carr has to go, the coach has to go, the GM has to go, but this is not going to just fix itself just because, quote, we're the Raiders, unquote. Right. There's just something internal that's just wrong. But let's not even get into all the senior front office people who quit before the season even started. What is going on with this team?
Yeah.
That's my question. What is going on with this team? And I'll have a drink with that word. What is going on? Drink.
Drink, right? What is it?
Word. I love it. He had his own drinking word. Gotta love that.
I see someone said in the chat here, entertainment over execution. I think that should be their tagline. Instead of just win, baby, it should be entertainment over execution.
Damn,
yeah,
harsh.
That should be their T-shirts. That should be their T-shirts now.
Is that Curtis? Curtis said that? Wow, that's crazy. And that's a fair point. I would agree with that. It's this is a good transition, for you to comment on as well, because you did a lot of your post was about the culture. And I don't want to speak for you, but do you want to touch on kind of what you talked about? Because I thought you had some good points about that as well. All
right. Here's the deal about the culture. The Raiders, in Oakland, that's where the black hole got created. And LA, you know, it was great. Marcus Allen, you know, that was all during the Lakers, Magic Johnson, Showtime era and stuff like that. So, you know, everything was Hollywood. Okay, fine. But, you know, they won a Super Bowl and they were winning. So you can't take that against the LA Raiders. They came back to Oakland. The black hole, just the whole atmosphere, that was created there. So that combined with the LA culture made the Raiders and the going to a Raider game what it was. Now that the Raiders are in a different hometown, that culture did not transfer over. It was not a package deal.
Right.
It's really up to the local fans there to do one of two things. Either create their own culture. You know, there could be dancing Elvises. There could be Showtime girls. They have the Raiderettes dress up with the big feather head dresses and whatnot.
No.
Or they could try to
Raider gear.
or want to even learn what the Oakland Raider Nation culture is all about and put that in place. We can't go, and I'll say we can't go and try to teach them if they don't want to learn. We can't go and beat them over the head and they're saying, well, you know, I'm cool just sitting here. I'm just cool just hanging out.
But,
you know, I'm at an NFL game.
But the thing is,
that's not our job.
But I just want to respond to that for a second because I feel like I'm actually getting beaten over the head, but in the opposite way and being like told to shut up and sit down. So
okay.
It's like, okay, so do we comply with that and then we're complying with the culture, or do we, I don't want to use the word fight back, but resist those requests, and then we look like the jerks in the stands, right?
Absolutely.
So,
well, there's let me say this. There's a prominent costumed Raider fan from Oakland who had to get his seat changed because the same thing that you experienced. Sit down. Why are you standing up so long? Now, you would think, wow, I get to sit next to this costume Raider fan that I've watched on TV ever since 1995 out there in Oakland, and this guy is right across the aisle from me, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'm taking pictures with this guy every day. I'm telling all my coworkers at work, I'm right next to this guy. No, sit down. Why are you there? They called the usher and made the usher tell him to sit down.
I know who you're talking about, but I won't put him on blast.
And again, yeah. So now here you are. The season's not even over yet. And they literally had to go to the Raiders and say, look, either we go or he goes.
Yeah.
And so what they did, they moved him and his family to another side of the stadium just so they wouldn't have to put up with this guy who basically just wants to sit there all day. He can't understand that, you know, you stand up when the team cheers. You stand up to get the crowd, you know, energized and whatnot.
See, and that's horrible. And I kind of say what you wrote a little bit that I read, and I think it's to this point. They want to cater to the types of fan that went to complain. They don't want to cater to the Raiders fan. And I think what you said is they don't want to lose the tourist people coming in every week, going to the casinos and spending all the money in the hotels and all of this stuff. They don't want the tourists to be, you didn't use this word afraid, but afraid to come to the stadium and have an unpleasant, when their eyes, an unpleasant experience, when for us, that's how, if for us, it's a pleasant experience to be yelling and standing and all that stuff.
Exactly.
So it's only going to get worse, and especially if they keep catering to it.
And did you hear about the?
That's exactly right. So then, getting back to my point about, you know, we trying to teach them. Well, if you have the team itself, if you have the Raiders leadership, you know, front office themselves encouraging all this visiting fan and encouraging, hey, you guys sit down, you know, hey, you guys don't make it so intimidating, you know, not intimidating, I'm going to kick your butt, but just intimidating. Wow, look at all these Raider fans around me.
Yeah.
You know, you want it to be where, or they want it to be where, yeah, busloads and plane loads of visiting fans can show up.
Yeah.
Their team will win because the Raiders aren't playing so well. And now they're all just going to spill out to the strip and spend and gamble and celebrate and whatnot. Where, you know, let's face it, a lot of the locals will just drive home or go to their favorite local hangout, right? Far away from the Strip, and that's not helping them at all.
I think Omar had a response or a question, but I just couldn't hear. I couldn't understand.
I was saying you guys are absolutely right, because I just read an article about the record profits the casinos have been making this year. I mean, we're talking in the billions. So these other fans, let's just say, they're coming and their team is winning, but they're giving Vegas all their damn money.
Yeah.
So Vegas, unfortunately, their little plan is working, at least as far as that report that I see. Now, I don't know how much of that was in the third quarter, which would be right around when football season started. But Jesus Christ, they are raking it in.
No. See, and that's just it. To that point, they don't care. They don't care if that team is a winning team or not. As long as the team draws in tourists and money, it doesn't matter. And if they think they're putting on a good quote unquote show, a spectacle in there.
Right. And you got to think.
Exactly. The Raiders are a means to an end. They're not the end. It's like, oh, well, we got an NFL team. It's like, oh, you know what? This NFL team can help drive business to the Strip. The NFL team can help fill up the hotels. Well, what about the NFL team making it to the Super Bowl? Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, whatever. But they can also do this other.
And I don't think they really wouldn't care about making it to the Super Bowl, really, because I mean that changes, the venue changes every year. So that wouldn't really benefit them. I guess it would benefit them, and there could potentially be like more games, so more people would go there, but other than that, Thor, sorry, you might have to move closer. We couldn't hear what you said either. Whatever you just said, you want to tell us?
No, I just been listening to everything Afro says, and I love you, Afro. Me and you go way back. I love you, bro. I miss seeing you now that I'm out here, I don't see you at the grocery store on the random or whatever. But honestly, I don't care. I'm hard-headed. I'm Raider. I'm me. I'm Oakland Raider. I'm Oakland Raider riff-raff for life. I'm going to stand up. I know Ant Dog said, oh, shit, it looks like I'm going to get in trouble when I get out to the game because I stand up and I'm loud. You know what? I don't care. I'm hard-headed. I'm going to keep hitting them with this, how we do this, what we do. I'm not changing. And it's true that there are a couple spots in the stadium that are a couple of very few spots that are cool that you could stand up. Luckily, last time I was in, I saw my homeboy Hassan Malik had mentioned it was late in the game, important. Everyone should have been up. Trust me, my section was all up. Most sections were not, and it's just like, to me, it's like the few right now. For us, we're not gonna stop. We're not, and I feel you. It's so frustrating and so hard. But I'm not going to stop. I'm just not. I'm going to just keep trying. I know they don't really want to learn. But you know what? They keep getting it. Eventually, I feel like it's just going to take longer and longer than we're hoping for. And I'm not quitting. I don't care. I'm not a quitter. I'm not going to quit. And they're just going to have to be mad at me if I'm not in that certain section that's up. But eventually, hopefully, I'm praying. Hey, Afro, I'm praying like I pray we beat KC this week. I'm praying the culture. Part of Vegas has no culture. Vegas has no culture. I live out here. There's no culture out here.
What are you responding to here, Aphrodisiac? About I don't want to keep you on the phone longer than you can either, because you've been on for quite some time, which I don't mind, but I don't know how much time you had. But I look like you responded to some comment here in the chat line.
Oh, there's a gentleman, pronounce it correctly, I hope, Hassan, who said that Raiders are out there like the Washington Generals, and every other team are the Globetrotters.
Oh,
and that was kind of a point I kind of made, and that you had mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, I think
maybe the hotels and the Chamber of Commerce there, it's really not a priority for them, for the Raiders to become the Patriots with Tom Brady, right? To become Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers, where if your team comes there, your team is going to get beat up. So why should I go with a bunch of people just to watch my team get smashed, right?
Right.
Well, but if my team has a reasonable chance of winning, no matter how lousy my team is, Washington football team, Cincinnati Bengals, Chicago Bears, the list goes on, maybe we will go because we may have a 50% chance or even better of winning, even though my team isn't very good itself. So, yeah, it just seems like, it's probably not in the hotel's best interest to have a really good NFL team in town, a home team. It's probably better for them if the team is, mediocre, so that your team might have a chance to beat them, so that you guys will all fill up Allegiant Airlines to fly into town and come stay in our hotels for a 3-day weekend. And if your team does win, you're going to spill out to Tropicana Avenue, come back over to the Strip, and party all night long and gamble all night long. So again, the Raiders, they're not an end in and of themselves. The Raiders are a means to an end. They're just there to be a draw for other businesses. And yeah, if they get good and win a Super Bowl on their own, fine. But that's not really the priority, I feel, that the hotels and the business community there really wants them for. So, and I'll stand by that. I'll go to anybody, Mark Davis, anybody else, and I'll say that to their face. You guys
Omar,
are
did
just
you want to
really
respond?
just being...
Right there.
Hold on, really quick. Omar, hold on, because I don't know what's going on, but if we can't, I'm having a hard time hearing your response.
No, I was saying, I think that's the problem. I think we don't have strong leadership in the Raiders head office. Mark Davis, like you were saying before, the president and a lot of the executives leaving. We don't have anyone that will push back against any of those Vegas businesses to think like a fan. Sort of before he got to Vegas, only thing I ever heard Mark Davis concerned about from the fan perspective was having open parking lots for tailgating. Everything after that, as he got deeper into Las Vegas, we see who is dominant in what they want to do with the Raiders. It isn't Mark Davis having things for fans, keeping a Raider culture. It's Las Vegas. It's Allegiant Airlines giving good deals to the other fans. It's all these other things that have just totally taken away from the Raider culture, and that's just because we don't have strong leadership in that office that's representing the Raiders. So,
well, just to that point though, is it that I agree. There isn't strong leadership. However, though, it's also what I kind of feel is not what they want either. So strong or not, it's not something that they're going to go. That's not the battle they're going to choose because they don't even desire it.
But in business, you're going to always face things that you don't like, and if you are a strong leader, you kind of work things out and you make sure that your value is in those deals that you're making.
But they are making. I mean, they don't care. They don't care that you and I are happy. They care that they're making their money.
Right, but if Mark Davis
so that doesn't have really anything to do with strong leadership is necessary. However, that's not the battle that he wants to choose. He doesn't care about us. Whether he was a strong leader or not, he wouldn't go in there and try to battle for that.
This to me is the only
really quickly. Hold on, because we're all talking and we still have Afro on the line. Afro, do you want to hang out or do you need to go? Because you've been on for quite some time.
I can hang up, but I'm gonna hang out and watch the show live on YouTube and comment in the chat there. So yeah, I'm with you guys all night.
All right, we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Can I tell you the only reason I would argue that point? Not any of the. I agree with all the points, but if we're good and we're winning, other people are still going to want to come because let's not get it twisted. I know us. We travel, we go to games. You all know we travel and go, and I don't care. We look at a lot. I mean, we're down to go to game. We don't care if we're playing the Patriots when they had Tom Brady, and we know we're a huge underdog and we're probably in trouble. We don't care where we're going. We want to go somewhere where we're going to have fun. That's part of the reason. So people know if they come to Vegas, they're going to act a fool and whatever. So they're going to want to come here. If we're 13,
hang on. Hey, Store, hold on. Let's you and I'll even talk less. I won't even respond anymore. Let's because we've got people calling. We talked a lot last night. We've got stuff and we got stuff. Well, they hung up, but Paul, just give us a second here. Let's just regroup. See, it's a hot topic. We all have an opinion. I know you guys want to call. Just let me try to moderate here just a little bit.
We're,
But I do.
we're in pain. We're in pain, Angela.
I know. I feel. You saw me last night. I ranted for an hour straight. But let me just
our hearts are bleeding.
I feel you. Let me just read people's chat comments here. Mark Davis and Libby Schaff need to fall down some stairs. Y'all know how I feel about that. Okay. Lonnie Cash TV Vegas will never fill the shoes of Oakland. This city is about money. The Raiders are a draw for a corporate stranglehold culture, and Vegas is little. That's true. And talk about money. I saw somebody up here, Joe, I don't know if you're still on, but doesn't the money help the organization? Also, the money, I don't think so. I don't think the money to the casinos and to the airlines and to the restaurants helps the organization. Yeah, I don't know how. I don't really know how that correlates.
But one little quick point I just wanted to make real quick, Angela, if I could, is what I was saying is it's just like the whole deal Allegiant Airlines had for Kansas City that one time.
Oh yeah, that's whack.
You could have had that deal so that, you know what I mean? Hey, at best all fans, at worst Raider fans did a great deal to fill our stadium. You know what I mean? Like I say, he could have. It's all kinds of things as the owner of that team that he could do to help fill that stadium with Raider fans, and also make sure he catered to the Raider culture that he's not. And so that was just it. And because we know the whole thing would be a lot different if that stadium was full of Raider fans instead of what we've been seeing. And like I say, I think you have said this 2 or 3 times, there's no help at the top in corporate to try to help that happen. So,
yeah, definitely. Raider Clock says, does anyone know if there's actual rules that says you can't stand up in your seats and cheer? If security comes down and tries to kick me out of Allegiant like they did at the Dallas game? I mean, I don't know. It doesn't matter. There's probably not an exact rule, but they're going to put it on you misconduct or rowdy or some other BS or something.
That's what I was going to say.
Or going against authority because they told you to chill, something like that. She has a 2-part here, though, really quickly. She said, I'll be like Thor and force them to show me the video of me violating a rule, which they couldn't produce. And I got to walk right back down to my seat. Yeah, then they're gonna say you're just you're disturbing the peace, and they're gonna call the police over, and you're gonna get escorted out. Not that I would know anything about any situation like that, but I'm just saying, could happen.
Is it the rule, or is it people complaining when you stand? Is there a rule, or is it just other fans complaining that they can't see?
I don't think it's a rule. I think it's other fans complaining, but I think they're going to heavily suggest you comply or get the F out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Unfortunately.
I mean, if you gotta remove me from a game because I'm standing and cheering, please. And I hope the Raider fan that is around me is filming all that and puts it on tape, because honestly, unless, like Pac said, unless there's some written whatever, please. So for me, I know I cuss a lot, so I might be in trouble for that. But if I try to if I'm just yelling,
yeah, I think you would actually be. All right, we have another caller here. Let's see. I think you would actually get in trouble technically for cussing. I think that is a rule. Caller, what's up?
For that.
What's up, Spicy? How you doing, baby?
Baby.
I mean, I'm just
macking. One. Hey, is it Don Juan now? I'm messing with you, Juan. What up, bro?
My bad. My bad.
What's good?
It's Juan.
Yeah, Juan, what's up? What's on your mind?
Can't believe we lost to the Redskins. If I could say Redskins on here.
Yeah, it's fine. We're not going to slap you with the YouTube code of conduct.
Code of conduct.
Right.
But yeah, it was so embarrassing for us.
Yes, it was. It was not a fun game to be at, I would say.
Look, I'm going to say this, I still believe in Derek Carr. I know you guys don't agree with Derek Carr. I know you guys say, we should get rid of Derek Carr.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys still want to say that.
I do. Well, or get better. if you keep saying put it all on me, then take responsibility and improve. You can't just keep using that as an excuse and then not making things better. So yeah, get better or bounce.
But we have to win like 4 of our next 5 games to get into the playoffs.
Yep, this is true. Yes, Juan is a Kardashian. We have our first Kardashian on the line, ladies and gentlemen.
You think we could beat the Chiefs?
Do I think they could beat the? Of course, I think they can beat the Chiefs, and they've been successful.
Will they?
But will they? Right? We don't know who's gonna show up. Who's gonna show up? That's the thing with the Raiders. We don't know. We never know what team we're gonna get.
With chocolate in the
box. How about the Browns?
All right, Juan. Well, thanks for calling in. We appreciate you, my friend.
For sure, bro.
All right, see ya.
All right.
Just win, baby. Just win, Juan. Let's get W's.
Let's go.
Let's get. Okay. Well, I'll put the line back up if anybody else wants to call in and vent. Let us know what you think about that abysmal display of performance on and off the field on Sunday. Raider Squid, what's up? He says, we want to believe in DC, but results and on-field performance says otherwise. Exactly.
All right.
I mean, the thing is,
all right, we got another caller here. What's up? Is this Thanos? Can you? Hey, can you guys hear him?
I don't hear nothing.
How's that? What's up, Thanos?
What's up, Thor? What's up, Omar? No, if it's December, it only means one thing for us: defeat. And I tried to gently warn all of you a week ago. And I did my little live address why we should be worried about Washington. And my good brother Thor said, well, I just don't think they can stop us. And people were sleeping on them. I said, there's no quantum leap between us and them. When they beat Brady, they beat Cam, they beat Russell Wilson 3 straight weeks. You don't think they could beat the losingest quarterback in the NFL in the last 8 years?
Yep.
And with the exception of the Cowboy games, in which our kicker scored 18 points, half of our total, this team basically been averaging about 12, 13 points a game. You're not beating anyone in 2021 with that type of offensive output. We are not losing shootouts. We are getting blown out. So you can't put it on the defense because our offense is woefully inept. And concerning the Vegas issue, it was wrong for us to bring in the losing spirit and depressed spirit of Derek Carr. It's like moving into a brand new mansion and bringing the same raggedy couch from your old place. Imagine hitting the lotto. Oh, wow, I got this nice $2 million mansion, but let me bring this 15-year-old couch with the springs in it and bring it inside. Those of us who was at the last game in Oakland, I would have bet my mama's life that was Derek Carr's last game.
Not the Craig.
Because if you're going to generate excitement in a new market, do it the right way. Except we brought him along, and a lot of people who are dispirited, discouraged, and rightfully so. Derek Carr has lost more games in the month of December than any month of his career. He's 12-20, and that will be 12-21 this week. This will be such a depressing game for so many of you listening to me right now. Because we're not only going to lose the game, the psyche, the locker room, the morale. Derek Carr been checked out since Bruton left. Let's just put it on the tape. He's been mentally checked out.
That's a good point. I think he's been checked out longer, but that's certainly put him over the edge, right?
Exactly. And since we are hell-bent on the 11th commandment of thou shalt not let Mariota throw a pass under any circumstance, a man who's undefeated against the Chiefs. When I talk to Chiefs fans, they say to me, I hope you guys never get rid of Carr. That tells you all you need to know, right? Ask any Chiefs fan honestly how they feel about Carr.
Yeah. You
They
know,
love him.
I just want to read this comment. It kind of goes to what you're saying. Joe says Carr needs better receivers like in 2016. I mean, Deshaun Jackson was open a lot on Sunday. He had wide open receiver that he did not throw to. So I mean, if you need quote unquote,
I don't
better
think he's got the arm.
You can't.
I don't think he's got the arm anymore.
Maybe, I don't know, but I mean, if you
then
better receivers wouldn't help.
Yeah, he's too inaccurate on like.
And even on the Hail Mary play, that was short. So let's just say hypothetically, out of some Disneyland movies, A. Jones catches that. That was 2 yards in front of the end zone with a bunch of defenders on top of him. The game would have been over at that point. That was so symbolic and befitting. See, when the Chiefs think of Carr, they say this is someone who we own. There's absolutely no fear. When they think of Mariota, they think of someone who ended their season when they were the number 1 seed in the freezing cold in Kansas City, down by 14. That man sent them home as the number 1 seed, and we were all laughing back then, calling them one and done. And they leveled up, got rid of Alex Smith. You know the rest. He's never lost against Kansas City, but Bisaccia or whatever, his name sounds like something you need a prescription for. He's a career yes man. He doesn't have the balls to stand up to basically say we need to try it.
Really quickly, let's go back. We're gonna hang on for a sec. Don't go anywhere. But I just want to circle back before this comment gets lost because we were talking about the rules. I guess Mother Moon looked them up. Code of conduct in a nutshell: 1, foul or abusive language. 2, unreasonably obstructing the view of other guests. So I guess they can tell you to shut up and sit the F down. 3, any action that causes a disruption. My goodness. What is this, church or football? Actions that impair others' ability to enjoy the... Hey, now number 4, though. That lady telling me to shut up and sit down impairs my ability to enjoy the show.
Number 4 is kind of subjective.
That's subjective.
Hell yeah, that's big time subjective. Like, hey, Angela, your hair is too dark. I can't enjoy this event.
That lady who told me to sit down, she impaired my ability to. I didn't anyway. As you were saying, Thanos.
Right. So as the holidays are coming for Raider Nation, it's the most mediocre time of the year. The collapse is right on schedule. And when we were 3-0, and I was telling people, look, don't book no flights to the Super Bowl. Keep in mind who we beat and how injured they were. I couldn't tell anybody, you hating, you this, you negative, blah, blah, blah. We all know the definition of insanity. And to bring Mariota out there on one play like some little patronizing, punk-ass handoff to Josh Jacobs, that's insulting to me and anyone who truly wants to win. This team basically has bent over for the ego and gratification of one man. We're no longer the Raiders. We are Carr Incorporated. That's what this team has become.
I wouldn't.
And the reason why fans
don't throw me in there.
And the reason why visiting fans flood Allegiant so much because they legitimately believe and expect their team to win.
Yeah.
They don't have the mindset, well, we need to rally behind our team. The Raiders are tough. We need to be there for them, cheer them on. No, let's go to Vegas, beat up on the Raiders, and then, hit the bar and have a good time. Nobody fears us.
Nope.
And it starts from your quarterback.
Yep.
Hey, Thanos, can I ask you a question here? How do you
get ready for this week because if we don't
Thanos, hold on. Omar wants to respond or ask a question to that.
How did you feel about the story? Well, not the story, but Devo Sweeney being on the sideline and all the story about how he's texting Carr and all that stuff, and then the rumors.
Hang on. Sorry, he can't hear you for some reason.
Yeah, he's very, very low.
Okay, hold on. Let's we gotta work this. We gotta work our audio.
You want to just repeat the question?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's about Devo Sweeney being on the sideline, texting Carr, looking like he might be our next head coach. What does he think of that?
Did you hear that?
I heard it was choppy. Could you maybe tell me briefly what he said?
Yeah, I'm having a hard time hearing too, but I think he said Devo Sweeney, I think, was on the sidelines or something like that. Is there, should we read into that basically?
And smooching up with Mark Davis. I'm like, oh, fuck. I feel all fuck because he's lovey-dovey with Carr, and I'm like, damn it. Are we just, I mean, he's done well in Clemson, but it's almost looking like it's more of the same.
Can you hear him?
No.
Okay, so here it is. Basically, here we go, really quickly. Basically, the Raiders. He didn't say it like this, but the Raiders have drafted a lot of the Clemson players, most notably Hunter Renfrow, and their head coach. I guess I heard this rumor was either in a suite or in the sidelines or something, and he was wearing Raiders gear. So I think what he's asking is, does that lead you to believe that he can potentially be the Raiders' next coach? Is that what we're saying or asking?
And he's texting and loving on Carr.
Oh, I guess he texts and loves Carr as well. So you can go ahead and respond.
That someone wearing Clemson on the Clemson gear I'm lost because I can't really hear.
No, it's all good. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap. We'll discuss that. You could chat in the chat line. Thank you for calling, Thanos.
Yeah, he can mull it over after this loss this week. I'm a realistic Raider fan. 43 years of this, I've seen it all. And the big difference between this team and the team in Oakland, when Al was fighting the league, and then Pete Rozelle and all that distraction and drama, he had men that was able to rise, mainly his quarterback, Jim Plunkett, who just like Mariota was a number 2 overall pick, a Heisman Trophy winner, who stood up under pressure and delivered.
Yeah.
You'll never get that with someone who wants to be Joe Osteen or who's passive aggressive or have entitlement issues. Period. This team will go nowhere with number 4. I've been telling you over and over, and you will learn again this week unless the magic man Mariota save us.
All right. Well, thanks for calling. We're going to try to get another caller in here, Thanos.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. So yeah, I think you can comment in the chat line. I think we understood what we're talking about. Basically, it's
there was a few comments on Debo in the chat line.
Okay. All right. There you go. New potential coach be trolling around, basically. Jason says it's not going to happen. Debo Sweeney just signed a 10-year deal, $93 million to stay with Clemson. So, good. I mean, I'll ask you guys this. We'll try to concise the answers a little bit because we are coming up on time close here. And I don't watch a lot of college football, so I generally don't really know the answer to this. But I don't think it does translate well. Does college coaches really translate well to the NFL?
Whenever they bring these big-time college coaches over, they never do nothing, ever. I just don't think it translates well. It doesn't. I don't know. I don't want Debo. I really don't. I saw someone in the comment line mention when Debo, I think Squid mentioned it, when Debo's there, Washington were 0-2. So now if he's there coaching, right. I mean, we've seen it time and time again. Big time coaches in NFL programs, and they don't do nothing.
Okay, so this is a thought, and I just thought of this. Tell me what you think. Obviously, there's going to be a new head coach. We've talked a little bit about should they keep Bisaccia. At this point, I think absolutely not. And even if they make the playoffs, it doesn't look good. But wouldn't this be the perfect time to get since they have to get a new head coach, to also draft a quarterback? Let these two new people come in together, a new head coach, a new quarterback, and let's see what they can do, a new team. I get it. It might take 2-3 years, but at this rate, it's taken so long anyway, and nothing's changed and nothing's happened. I think this is a great opportunity to introduce a new quarterback with a new
it might take
we've got another caller here. We've got Raider Hefe.
Raider Hefe.
What's good, Raider Hefe?
How you guys doing today? Good day today.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't gonna call and rub it in, Raider Nation. But you know what? All that talk at the beginning of the year, it was just a little bit too much. So I had to call you guys and say, hey,
Raider Hefe, get ready for next year.
We're probably going to the Super Bowl, you know what I mean? But you know what? You guys didn't listen to me last year. Get rid of Carr. And you know what, man? I couldn't believe that you didn't get rid of Carr last year. 5 quarterbacks were taken out of the college college, out of college, and it was the most ever. And so that just told me right there that your owners, they just don't care. You know what I mean?
Well, that's
they
true.
They really don't.
They don't. Well, he doesn't. There's one.
Right. It's sad. It really is sad to see, because I know you guys are. You guys sort of remind us of the Chiefs Kingdom, because you guys are very.
Whoa! Now I'm insulted.
What is that?
I mean, you know, hey. You guys could be our little sister or something like that.
Sorry. We're getting disconnected. I think that's bad connection.
Seriously bad connection.
Wish you guys bad luck this Sunday, and continue to. Maybe you'll get a good draft pick one day.
hey! I can't even argue with that one. I hope we do too.
You know what? Right. Hey,
I can't even be mad at that.
You know what? Hopefully next week I have some stuff
to talk man, I love you, bud. Keep up the good work, man.
Thank you.
You guys have a good day.
Thanks. You also. Sorry, guys. We're gonna have to. We'll come together and try to work out these. It's hard. I think the callers are having a hard time hearing your guys' responses.
Yeah.
All right. So what do we got? We've got 10 more minutes. If anyone else wants to call, talk trash with us. It went by quickly. My God, we have so much passion for this topic.
Right?
We're so frustrated right now with the whole situation. The whole situation's a mess, on the field, off the. Okay, so when I say off the field, I'm actually speaking of Sunday, and I mean like the crowd and the stands and the atmosphere. That's what I mean off the field. But if you want to go even further and be like off the field with all the drama that's gone on this year, I mean, that's another level as well.
Didn't we mention that with the whole Vegas thing? Didn't we mention that? I mean, the Gruden thing is maybe before Vegas. The rugs. I mean, rugs, stupid, whatever. But
that could happen anywhere, though.
More of them acting and just haven't got caught up like that. And part of that might be Vegas. I always said they're going to be out here partying. They're going to be out at the ranch. They're going to be out at every bar acting a fool. They're going to be out just doing stupid nonsense. And I swear that's how it feels. I feel like that's why we play better on the road. And again, the only house that don't win in Vegas is still right here, Allegiant Stadium. Every other house wins big time. Go to any casino. So we heard someone talk about the record profits. Part of that is because of COVID and people being able to come back. Every other house is winning billions of dollars. The Raiders don't win games.
Thor, remember what was it? We were hanging out Saturday night, and I think you went to place a bet, and I said I wanted to place it elsewhere, so I didn't go with you. And then the next day, I actually forgot to place the bet, or actually I ran out of time. But I guess I saved myself. What did you say? I was going to win a whopping $19.
Right. Hey.
All right, let me get this. You just hung. All right, call back, caller. I literally didn't even. It barely rang. Give us a chance. Give me a chance to. There's a whole process. I got to answer it. I have to accept. The whole thing. So give me a second to kind of work through that. I need a phone answerer. We need a hotline. What do you think? Switchboard lady. Oh, so yeah, what's up? If you haven't already, please light that torch and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I think I see some more new people up in here. Juan Rosas, what's up? I got to say is Raiders. That's right.
That's all. I mean, whatever. And again, just like last night, we're mad, we're angry, we're upset, but we still Raiders, man. We still Raiders. Sometimes we more Raiders than the actual players on the team.
There you go.
We're definitely more Raiders than some of the players on the team. But so.
We only have 20 likes right now. We've got over 40 people watching just at this moment. I know people have been clicking in and out. So make sure you light that torch, hit that like button. It helps us out. It helps the channel grow. So we appreciate you. Just click it. Shoot. You don't like it? Click the down button. That helps us too. We not mad. But anyway, if you call, give us a call back. I don't know who it was. It said 510, so it's local. So I'm always interested to hear what the local fan base has to say. When I say local, I mean Oakland. I don't mean the local bullshit out there in Viva Las Vegas. In case anyone was unclear.
Let's see if they call back. But if not, man, can we just win this game? I don't care, man. I still got faith. I don't know how, by whatever means necessary, man. And if we don't win the game, at least go out fighting. I'm just not mad if we go out fighting. Don't put on some crap show like we did last week, like we did against Chicago, like we did against New York Football Giants. In the red zone, get touchdowns, man. I mean, grab your nuts, man. Let them hang. Go for it. Do something different because what we're doing ain't working. That's all. Insanity. There you go.
All right, we got the caller back here. What's up, caller? Who do we have?
It's Hassan Orr.
Hassan, how are you? Thanks for calling. I've seen a lot of your comments. They're very entertaining. So tell me what you think.
Man, first off, Raider Nation, my boy Thor, what's up? Everyone there. It's just frustrating. Josh Jacobs calling the team out, saying that we're never ready to start the game. And it's been like that for too long. Mm-hmm. We finally have a semblance of a defense. It was good to see our rookies starting to get some run. But for our offense to sputter and only score a couple of points, settling for field goals, is more than frustrating. I swear I'm getting gray hairs. I don't even drink anymore, but I feel like drinking again just by watching the ineptitude of this team right now. And Derek Carr, he's a nice guy. Mm. The one thing he should do is be our PR person because he always has the go-to speak after the game. We're so close. We're just missing a few plays here and there. It's like, shut the hell up and do it on the field. All that nice talk, I need to see it on the field, because you're supposed to be watching on the film. And, Zay Jones is always the last person at practice. He's always there. The ball hit him in the damn shoulder. You're supposed to catch it. You know what I mean? That could have been a win. It's just time after time, again, that you talk a good game, but you don't back it up. You sit on the, I don't see you with your players on the sideline trying to, rally them or, get them in the huddle like, we need to get started. We got to do something. It's just, year after year, same old thing. Bench him, put Mariota in. Let's see what we can do because we know we got to go elsewhere in the next draft. So, just call it what it is. Sit the car. It's broken. It's busted. AAA's ass back to Fresno. It's not that far.
It's within the 300-mile tow limit.
Yeah, I mean, we can all chip in. We can, just send him to Barstow. I don't care. Just he got to go. He got to go to Old Vegas.
Oh, that's
yeah. So I'll let y'all back on the chat line and for the next chat. But I just got to call in for the first time and give a shout out to y'all. I love what y'all doing.
Thank you. We appreciate you. Thanks for the call. Thanks for supporting the show.
For sure, man. Ready to get for life.
For life. He said if AAA doesn't get him all the way back to Fresno, drop his ass in Barstow. I feel like we're writing a song tonight. If we put all these these little sound bites together, we can have a new Raider song.
Hey, Carr would be the greatest Raider PR person on the planet. He was so right about that. He can talk up any situation, but he can't throw accurately for 10 yards. But hell, he could throw you the right line and when So
he can throw accurately in his practice when there's no one out there, but he's scared when the players are on the field. He's just scared. That's what it is. He looks great in practice. We all know about great practice players, and we know people who are terrible in practice, but on game day they come out and play. I mean, Carr's just a great practice dude, man. He's great between the 20 and the 20, but once he gets in the red zone, it's over. He can't do nothing.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know. We can talk about this all night. There's not, we don't want to we're not trying to sit here and be negative, but there's not too many positive things to say. Right. But there are a couple. So I don't want to be totally negative. All right. There's a couple good things going on. What are they? Anyone?
I know Waller is Waller is going to Peyton. What's his name? Man of the Year.
Yep. There you go.
Has gotten noticed.
Yeah, there we
There
go.
we
That's
go.
one. Also, Hunter Renfro has not dropped a ball since week 5 of the season. That's
Hunter
52.
Renfro balling out of
That's
control.
That's 52 straight catches. Casey Hayward hasn't allowed a touchdown in 587 consecutive coverage snaps, something like that, with 0 touchdowns allowed. The defense is I want to still Mad Max does his thing every week. So there are a few, and it's funny that we just mentioned those names because we were saying fire everyone again yesterday, and for me those were like the 3 people I would keep, and it just coincidentally that they had notable mentions: Waller, Renfro, and Mad Max. For me, I would on
the defense. Perryman's been great.
Perryman. I mean, and we got we got 2 rookies that are doing pretty good. Hobbs is doing really well, I would say. Yeah, so we got some things to be excited about. I think. I mean, our O-line didn't look terrible last week. Unfortunately, it didn't net to a whole bunch of catches from Carr, but you know what I mean? They didn't look terrible. So, I mean, that's hope. That's hope for me on Sunday.
Raiders 78. If we win out, finish 15-6 as champs. Wait, what?
11-6, and then win every playoff.
However, 156 number because of I literally have no idea what that means. Anyone?
What is it? Yeah, win out. You win out, and then you win all your playoff games and win the Super Bowl. Hey, let's go.
Oh, okay. However, 156 ain't a number because of Rux finishing strong, swords crossed. I'm sorry. What am I missing? What's the relation with the numbers there?
I kind of didn't hear what you were, and I can't see him. I'm over here. I'm trying to look on my phone.
It's all good. Whatever. It's all good. Whatever. Maybe he'll explain it. Maybe
he just wants us to win games and win out. I'm okay with that. Win out. And find a way. Hey, but we say this every year because as real Raider fans, we be 0-10 and be like, all right, we're gonna finish.
Okay. So there we go. Thank you, Aphrodisiac. 156 is the miles per hour. Wow. Okay. All right. He must be a numbers guy because even his handle is 7D8. It's even a creative number. It's written. He must be a numbers guy. Well, thank you for cracking that riddle for me.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, we this is kind of just the continuation of our rant from last night. 2 hours now combined of just really being disgusted by what we're seeing on the field. We really didn't even look forward at all to Kansas City, so maybe we'll come back on, tomorrow, the next day. We'll get Nevada Nick on here, and we'll look forward to the Chiefs and Raiders matchup a little more closely because I think we're still trying to get over last week.
I feel better, though. I feel a little bit better.
Do you feel better? Do you feel better?
This is therapeutic for me. I don't know about anybody else. I get to let it out. I'll feel a lot better come Sunday morning. I'll go back into my
all out. We're like the therapy session for Raider fans. The tailgate therapy group.
Counseling at its finest.
Whatever they're called. We should all be therapy people. I don't know what the name is right now because
we are Raider peer counselors.
Yeah,
there you go.
Raider peer counselors.
We were the tailgate of Raiders YouTube this week. We've got a side gig.
Yeah,
there's still
maybe you can do it all.
Our services may be necessary.
This is true.
Hey, if you're a Raider fan, you've been a Raider fan for years, you need therapy. We need it. We've known it for years, and this is our therapy right here, man.
Yeah, this is true, Kelly. This is true. Plus, the AFC is still up for grabs despite the record. I mean, that's 100% facts. It's just like, of course, the numbers, mathematically, yes, but for me, my opinion is just based off of what I'm seeing on the field.
History.
And it's like,
history makes
not even history part maybe, but what we saw on Sunday, that performance is not going to get a win out. Okay, it's just not. It's not going to happen with those type of performance. Well, right. Recent history. There you go.
So look, Malik just made a sign, or I feel great with your amen, brother. Amen. Hey, that first drive in Dallas that one that Deshaun was on the like second or third play of the game and he went for the touch. I mean, honestly, air it out. What else do we have to lose? But see, I think that's Carr's problem is once in a while he'll, but more times than not, like last game, we all saw Deshaun Jackson. If you were at the game, I don't know about on TV as much. You saw him streaking down the field wide open, and Derek Carr don't even look his way.
Literally with his hands up like this.
Yes, multiple, like 4 times I remember for sure. And on TV, I know other people who saw it on TV was like, "Hey, there was a couple," and I'm like, "Bro, it was 4 for sure," because we were sitting in the stands counting them. Like, "Bro, what are you?" And it wasn't like he had already checked down at that point. He hadn't even let go of the ball. It's like, bro, look up. I swear, does he need? Like I said last night, maybe he needs glasses. I don't know. Maybe that'll change everything. Turn him into a nerd. Throw some big old spectacles on him.
I mean, I guess. I mean, we could put him in glasses, or we could just maybe help him retire. I don't know. It's to the point. I like the idea of new coach, new quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I think that honestly, it's just the way to go at this point, in my opinion. New coach, new quarterback. It just makes sense. Maybe we can talk about that. I'll have Nevada Nick. Maybe he can talk about some potential options. I know there's a few quarterbacks that are kind of up for grabs. If you will be up for grabs in the draft. Let's see. Scotty Waddy Raider 1. We will win out. We'll get into the playoffs. Let's go. Raider Nation for life. We hope so. We hope so. I hope you're right. But like I said, the play has to improve. The performance has to improve. The heart has to be there. The desire has to be there.
The play calling has to improve. Will that happen at this point in the season with who we have? I don't know. But if it can, I mean, I don't know, cut the offensive coordinator. He should have been fired. I was so mad after that game leaving, like, Greg Olsen should be fired before I get home. Why is he still on the team? Let the quarterback. If you're going to run with Derek Carr next week, cool. Let Derek Carr call the plays. Let's see what he could do running the play. Let do something different, because the same old stuff is driving me mad. I'm sorry I'm off ranting again, guys, but
I know. Let's get back to it, because we're gonna wrap here. So since you pointed it out, let's just wrap up some of these comments here. Callie says, we are the only team that defers the ball when we win the coin toss. I think we should receive it and true to score first. I mean, I would tend to agree with that, only because they don't manage the clock well. They don't really manage it, so it kind of throws away a possession, in my opinion. Afro says, new coach, new QB, and new GM, and new owner.
Fire everyone.
I think you forgot to type owner, but it's all right. I filled it in for you. It's all good. Who else? Raiders Gear and Threads agrees. New coach, new quarterback. This was Carr's year to prove himself, and sadly, he did not. This is very true, especially if it comes with adversity and things like that. That's really his opportunity to become a leader, and I haven't really seen that. Raider 78. We need to play pissed off Raider football. That's right. Preach. Punk the refs and punish the opponents. They need the will to outwork the next man. That is truly a bunch of sissy lalas who don't have that desire. Oh, here we go. The rest of that comment came in late. And new owner.
And new owner. There you go.
Yep.
Might as well. We need new president, vice president. How many other execs?
Can I throw in new city? It doesn't even have to be Oakland. How about, what? This is kind of ironic. How about a city with a heart? Because that city doesn't really even have any either. Maybe it's rubbing off on the players. Just saying. Maybe. I don't mean to offend, the city per se, but that hasn't proved to show up. So if I'm wrong, prove me wrong. Fill the stadium for starters. Fill the stadium. Get loud. Show up. Don't come at me. Don't come at the show and be like, don't be mad at Vegas because the stadium is weak. Well, then don't make us be mad at it. Do something about it. Fix it. Amen. Mother Moon says, I love pissed off Raider football. Love it. We haven't seen it. I second that. Pissed off Raider football. Everybody wants it. Everybody. Everybody. All right. Well, join us, I guess, not next week, excuse me. Join us in a few days. We'll put something together for you to try to look forward to the Kansas City game. We didn't actually even need the drinking word relative to them because we didn't really even talk about them. So maybe next time. But you can always drink with us. You know, it's all cool. Just sit. I know Vanessa said at one point she wants to see Oso and I have a twerk contest. I don't know. Maybe that will happen. That will be funny. Maybe that can get us a lot of YouTube views.
Let's go.
Yeah, look at it. He's like, y'all the home crowd now. Like I said, fix it. All right, yo. Well, you know we go out one way and only one way. Red!
Our story. Yes, I represent the nation. Our story. Yes, I represent that nation. Our story. Raider Nation, our story. That's right. And I'm with Spicy Girl and that Mother Moon. La Familia. My door and a quiet Q. Super Hood. Omar. On the grill. And the B-Lot. 3 amigos. 4 brothers. Mr. Nicely Seasoned. What's the mariachis without Senor Raider? Representing just like the beginning Oakland Raider. Darlene and the Raider home. What a big logo. Chucky Gruded, my boss. Black Eyes. We're tailgaters. And it began on an autumn day. Right here in the OAK. California dreaming in that golden state. Alameda County right here in the Bay. And you could find me on that east side, yo. Representing that east side, oh. But no matter what, we represent the shield. Just like Anna in the band club Emeryville. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Raider Nation. Our story, our story. Yo, representing silver and the black, Mr. Matter of Fact, yo, is here. Without showing any pity from Oakland to Los Angeles to Vegas, all the way to Mexico City. And I represent that nation. Our story, our story. Yes, I represent the nation. Our story, our story. Yes, I represent that nation. Our story. Raider Nation. Our story. Right. Yo, this is my story and I represent it with the pride and the poise commitment to that excellence. I represent with noise. This is how I do it. The silver and the black, and I come into the track and I represent it. Matter of fact. And I'm cruising around with Hollywood Raider all around the town. And I just found out Raider Savage on the interstate. Raider de la Baja, yeah, orale. So get over here, cause we representing now. And that I don't win as a favorite. They gotta win as a breeze. They gotta win as a race. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Raider Nation. Our story, our story. Yo, representing silver and the black, Mr. Matter of Fact, yo, is here. Without showing any pity from Oakland to Los Angeles to Vegas, all the way to Mexico City. And I represent that nation. Our story. Yes, I represent the nation. Our story. Yes, I represent that nation. Our story. Raider Nation. That's right, Mr. Matter of Fact is here.